Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Umbral Island. I know you're not used to really seeing my face at the beginning of these episodes, but I'm here to let you know that we did have video and technical issues for this episode. It did not really go live, so this is the recording of only audio. Do enjoy.
Welcome back to another episode of Umbral Island. This is probably going to be the last episode in the Owl's Eye arc, so let's just jump right back into where we left off, where the party was able to find their way into the university in which Dr. Jupiter supposedly works by following a trail of bloody bodies and one strange-looking scientist into a basement. Each of them found their way into said basement in their own unique way, but standing before them is a very dastardly sight indeed. Now, if you just want to describe what the party's looking at, and you can all just have at it.
As Aaron and Adam walk in, you just see Mel is very prim and proper and is very much a lady, but you just see her hunched over this man who's probably already close to death, if not already dead, which I think his legs were removed or something like that, so he's already destroyed. But you just see her going ham at his throat, just not even turning to look at you guys as you walk in. Adrian's laying on the floor, unconscious. Doesn't seem to be harmed other than just being unconscious. And I think I had asked the other doctor to go get Dr. Jupiter.
Other set dressing notes, other than that, because it has been a week and I haven't re-described the room. So, also in the room, on either side of the room, are cells with other people that are in similar circumstances of health, missing limbs, autopsy scars, very poor looking health. The floors are just spattered with blood. Everything smells like iron and burnt hair. And there is also a unconscious Adrienne on the floor and a scared shitless Dr. Singleton as well.
Yeah, Mel is just I'm just breathing heavy, probably sitting on my knees, just you can tell that Mel is not in control right now. Any control she has over herself is gone.
Well, that's quite the interesting sight. Adam, you seem to be very more adapted. Medicinal, you want to take a look at our friend over there on the floor?
Sure. And I start to slowly approach Adrian.
If you want, you can give a medical check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But as you approach, Adrienne is laying in a pool of blood. You're not sure if it is hers or not thus far. And the doctor is also right 5 feet from her. They were all in the same standing area when all of this happened.
Yeah, I rolled a 17 on medicine.
17. What would you like to check about her?
I want to check to make sure she's breathing first and foremost. And then I just want to see just kind of what her physical state is. I want to make sure she hasn't been severely hurt in any way.
So, looking at the body, you can see that there was some blunt force trauma to the head, but there is still breathing going on. From what you can get from this, you could probably, a few jostles would probably bring Adrienne back to the land of the conscious.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to wake her up.
Adrienne, you are shook and awake.
In nomine patria si filio. Like Latin chanting. In the name of the Father and the Son, that's what that means. In nomine patria si filio.
And look at her hey. What happened to you?
You know, I'm really tired of getting knocked out with you people. I'd rather get blackout drunk, but not My head is starting to hurt a little bit.
You know who did this?
Well, me and Mel were in the room with a dude, a man, and then Bonk. I don't know if I know that she hit me or not. Did she? Would I know that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's mostly just that you were talking to him and you were starting to kind of oust yourself as not being someone, so I more just didn't want you to keep saying shit that was gonna get you in trouble. So probably not.
Yeah.
So it would have come from like this. I think I did it with like the hilt of my dagger or something. Or my elbow, I don't remember.
Well, at
Yeah,
that
so
point,
it's kind of hard to miss an elbow.
She's short.
at this point, I'll turn to Mel. I'll say, "Yeah, do you know what happened in here? What was Adrian on the ground? What's going on?"
No response. I don't know if you guys could see from this angle what's happening. You just see Mel's face just like buried in this man's like the crook of his neck. Just no response.
I think you should give her a second. How long has it been since we entered the college?
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Like
okay,
max.
so I should still have this spell up.
Which
since
spell?
It lasts an hour. Alter Self, it lasts an hour.
Yeah, you're still on that. Oh,
'Cause
yes.
I took damage actually. Should I roll concentration? 'Cause
Oh,
it is
yes,
concentration.
for sure. I had never.
Because you're gonna look like the other guy who's in the room.
How much damage
still.
did I take actually?
It was about 40 points total, I think.
But it was between 2 hits, right?
It was between 2 hits. We'll just roll once.
Alright, cool. Con. Yeah. Okay. 16 plus 2 is 18.
Yeah, you're all good. So if you want, you can continue to be looking like the good Dr. Singleton.
Well, no, I had changed to look like a younger version of myself.
Oh, okay.
Just pass off as a student. I won't do anything just yet. I'll still just look like a younger version of myself.
So Aaron is walking in here looking like he has had a good glow up recently, but other than that, still himself.
So do we know how long this goes on
Can
for,
I-
or should we just give a moment?
Can I attempt to separate Mel from the man's neck?
Opposed athletics checks, Mel. You
I
have
mean,
advantage.
Aaron, you would know from experience that before it was very much like very calm, very controlled. This is not that.
Oh, I know. I just let you have it. You seem like you need it.
Yeah, both. Yeah, so you're gonna try to separate the two. Both of you roll athletics checks, Mel and Adam. Mel, roll them with advantage, please.
You said, I just crit on my first roll.
Okay.
God.
You said it was a contested athletics check?
I roll a 14.
That's a 31.
Uh,
My nails are just like gripping into him, like just.
Adam, you are flung back a good 10 feet with some strength that is not normal for that size of human.
Alright. Hold on, I got this. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
You see the doctor go, oh, good God. Roll to hit on the Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
Does Dr. Singleton understand who I am at this point?
He does not know your name. You are just a vampire.
Plus 8 to hit.
Because I told him, I was like, I need an audience with Dr. Jupiter.
He might piece it together. You won't know until you talk to him.
Does 18 hit?
Does 18 hit your armor class?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going for damage or just like, hey, stop that?
I mean, it's gonna do damage anyway,
Yeah.
but the primary thing that I want here is it's gonna hit her once. I'm only gonna hit her once. I'm gonna fire one beam, and it's gonna knock her back 10 feet
All right.
into the wall. Which is a d10, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That is a 7 plus 4, 11 damage.
What is your
What kind of
Eldritch Blast
damage
look
is
like?
this?
Force.
Okay, not radiant. So you said 7 or 11?
11.
11.
What does your blast look like? It's been a good
It's
minute.
just like a beam. It's just like a dark, kind of like crimson, like reddish beam that's like glowing white on the inside.
All right. So the beam goes out with like a very loud sound that sounds like if you took a buzz saw to a power cable. And Mel, you are shot back the 10 feet. You would probably hit the wall behind the patient, and blood would rainbow over the ground as you go. And it is now like fully Kurosawa like splooging out of this guy and his neck and his arms from where you were gripping him. He is a full blood
Yeah.
fountain right now.
Yeah, can I
And he had already gone unconscious due to the pain.
yeah, can I also quickly go ahead and which yeah, we haven't had a long rest, I don't think. It's fine. And I go ahead and expend 2 of my healing light. So that's 2d6 on Dr. Singleton.
Dr. Singleton,
So,
if before you do
that's-
that, you can see that before you do that, Dr. Singleton hasn't been hurt. I don't know if you want to waste your stuff on there. I don't think he's been harmed for
How
HP.
have you not been
yet.
hurt?
I think he's been
You
intimidated.
said he's spewing a fountain
Oh,
of
that's
blood.
okay. 2 different guys. There's 2 different guys here. There's the doctor. He is fully intact. He was the one who performed the autopsy on this
Okay.
guy. And then there's this guy with no legs who's had a bunch of organs and limbs taken off of him, who is now also missing lots of blood.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Well, I just want to expend 1 healing die then,
like just to
on
keep
that
him,
guy.
just to keep him from
to
dying.
make sure he doesn't die,
Awesome.
to seal his spewing wound.
Yep. The
That's 5 HP on that guy.
the fountain stops and the room goes dead silent because previously the only noise in the room was the splattering of blood.
Oh no, I was just saying. I turned to Adriana and just like, to be fair, I think death would have been a better mercy, but to each their own conscience, I guess.
See, it's a bunch of children fighting. Honestly.
That's your response. That's crazy.
It's like, listen, they
We're
gotta
We're here
do
to
what they
save
gotta
lives.
do.
We're here to save lives, and that's what I'm gonna do. If that's not your prerogative, that's up to you.
Well, I'm not necessarily here to save lives. Just, if
mean-
my taking of lives saves others, then that's beside the point.
I'm all for saving people, but also my head really hurts, and I'm kind of dizzy. So I'm letting them solve their problem, like little kids fighting it out. You know.
Do you want me to roll a wisdom save at this point to see if I kind of like snap out of the like frenzy?
I'll say you fed a good bit. It's up to you. Like, this is up to you creatively.
I'd say probably with just like one initially being hit with the Eldritch Blast, and then 2 like actually hitting the wall that hard. I am probably like it like knocks me out of it, but I'm also just like not really aware of what happened, so I'm just kind of like just like kind of rubbing my head like with a kind of pounding hangover headache.
Can I turn to Mill? I'll be like, all right, can you hear me? Can you understand me?
Yeah. Fuck, my head. Just blood, like, dripping down.
And I'll expend one healing light die on her. so that's gonna be 4 HP back from that.
Is that radiant healing? If it's
not
healing, does it matter?
damage.
No, it's just healing.
Yeah, so I expend the 1 healing die. Why didn't you tell us about this?
About what?
About what you just did.
No,
You were
no.
drinking that man's blood, and you knocked
Mhm.
out Adrian.
But there was a reason for that. She was getting flustered and she almost she was giving herself away and she was going to get herself caught.
So you knock her out, right? That's gonna reduce suspicion.
Or I also didn't want her to see. I don't want to talk about this. We need to get out of here.
Right. Have you guys figured anything out since you've been down here?
Found out where the meat comes from.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, how much did the healing do for the healing light?
You got 4 HP back. Oh, foolish of me. I forgot to mention. There's also 2 pits in here, Aaron and Adam. There is a leg pit and a bone pit.
Mm. Well, this is
It's what it sounds like.
Yes. Well, this is interesting. Is the doctor still around?
Yes, the doctor is like just still standing like up against a wall, like seeing all this happen. This is way out of his wheelhouse. Up against the wall, shaking in his boots, hands up.
All right, I'm gonna like look over to him. What is your role in all of this?
I want to say a researcher, sir. I help the good Dr. Jupiter with his research. And
Research.
the kind that involves all of this unpleasantry. We have an export here, and that export don't come cheap, but I'm sure you know that already.
I'm aware.
And
Where is the good Dr. Jupiter now?
the 4th floor, sir.
The 4th floor, you don't say. And is that accessible to anyone?
And he like takes a big gulp, and he's like, can't get up there. Nobody can.
How do you get up there?
You don't?
You don't. Inside check.
Of course.
Can I help by like glaring at him across
course,
the room?
of course.
Like you just saw me like.
You
rip
should
her
roll
up.
with advantage, anyways. Like, yeah,
Okay.
like you should be rolling this with advantage. Like, this is a scary group of people.
Does he have a wet spot in his pants? Like he's just.
Oh,
peed
that's a
himself?
natural 20.
That's a nat 20. He's lying through his teeth.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, it would advise you not to lie to me. And because I still have the spell up, I'm going to use an action to change my appearance. And I'm going to use one of the other abilities, which is a natural weapon. So I slowly start aging again. I start looking like my normal self. But not just as I do, I'm going to hold my hands up, like getting closer to his neck. And as I do, these giant claws start to come out of my hand. And I pinch, like with the claw, I pinch like right on his neck. Not enough to draw blood, but just enough to know it's there.
Okay,
And
okay.
I just leave it there.
Reaches into his pocket, makes a key sound, clink clink, and pulls out a ring of keys. And he says, the golden one. And he
Thank
hands
you.
it out
So
to
is
you.
that so hard?
They'll hang me for this.
Well, I can make it a lot quicker then, if that's what you want.
No,
Would you rather be hung?
I'd be inclined to run.
We
Don't
can't have
know
you
if
telling our
that's-
business to everyone else. Adrian, are you all right? Are you good to go?
I'm sorry, what happened?
Are you okay? You woken up? You're not dazed? You feel all right?
I don't know. I've been having little memory lapses.
Do you think you're well enough to go attach this man to one of these operating tables for us?
Is he dead? Or wait, I thought we were...
No, we just need to keep him here.
Oh, okay. Do you need me to be big or small?
I don't care.
Oh, I think
It's
right now
alright.
he's very compliant.
It's really necessary.
Well, you have two choices.
I'm not giving you
Either
the
you
keys.
stay-
Have you telling their business all over the building?
No,
You have-
no,
Yeah.
no,
I'm just a
Dude.
sweet little...
I've got a feeling that the local government here is not going to be the same as it previously was. I can just run off, never be heard from, seen from again.
Listen. You have two choices. Either you follow her and get strapped up to that bed, or I can rip your throat out.
I feel like that'd be
Which
quicker,
was-
but I want to take my chances with the other. And he goes with you, Adrian.
Over here. It's just little old me. I'm
He
not going to bite.
he's going to follow.
Take him over. Fucking tie his ass up. Do we have any rope?
It's all on the thing. It's like an old psych ward bed. It's got like the leather straps and all that.
Oh, how... yeah, can I do the strap that's on the forehead
Of
too
course.
and everything?
Oh, they've all got that on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just having a great time.
All right.
Oh, this is beautiful leather. The
Oh.
craftsmanship is beautiful.
Yeah, he's like strapped down. He's like, so, you're gonna leave me here, right?
Of course. Before we go, Mr. Singleton, how do we get to the 4th floor?
He thinks in his head. He's like, I really want to lie. I really want to lie. And then he like takes a deep breath. He's like, there's go up 3rd floor. There's not stairs that lead to the 4th, but you're gonna go down one of the halls, and there'll be a real big painting of it's like some fellas in a library, and you're gonna pull on it, and it's a secret door. Now, please,
Oh.
let
Thank
me
you very
go.
much. Alright, everyone, are we ready?
I guess as Adrian's like strapping him down, I'm just gonna slowly like stand up and like kind of wipe my face on my sleeve and like dust it off to like hide as much as I can.
You're covered in
But like that's
blood.
just not like, I mean, yeah, but like kind of like do that with like Prim, like pretend like nothing happened. I'm just not gonna make eye contact with anyone, but I am gonna sidle up next to Adrian and just be like, I am so sorry. I didn't want you to see.
Knocked me out the first time. Was this the second time?
No, I did not do the first time.
Okay.
That was not me.
I have to keep track so that way when we get home we have stern talking to about not knocking me out. But I mean, there's different flavors in the world for a reason. Not everyone's going to like chocolate and vanilla, whatever your preference is. You don't have to knock me out next time, please, that you're hungry.
But also to having you unconscious made you less of a target.
I can see how that is, how that would be, but also I feel like being prone on the ground would not be. I feel like I'd be a bigger target.
It's just not in my line of sight.
Please don't do
You
that.
know how I hate to dirty my dresses. I don't like getting down on my knees.
So what do we do, gang?
Please, Oscar, just please don't do it again, or we will have a problem.
As everyone starts leaving the room and heading to the 4th floor, can I sneak back inside just for a quick minute?
Sure, yeah. What are you trying to do?
Is it one of those tables that we strapped them on? Is it like, do they
Yeah,
pivot, or
yeah,
is it,
it's one
like,
of those.
spaced out? How far would you say they
I think
tilt?
it can go full vertical, like upwards, and then maybe 25-degree angle back.
Okay, cool.
Like 25 degree, like that way.
Okay, yeah. So I do want to stealth back, so make sure nobody notices me leave the room.
Yeah.
Or leave the group. So I can roll that real quick, because I don't want anyone to know this, that I did that. Yep. That's going to be a 24. Stealth.
I'm sure
as
that
everyone leaves, I just kind of like shadow my way back into the room. And I grab the bed where the doctor's in, and I tilt it as far back as it can go so that he's like upside down, kind of. And then I kneel back and I face him. My friend doesn't seem to understand. That's... Some people don't deserve to stay alive.
No, it was a job. It was just a job, sir.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
But I'm a doctor. I help people.
He doesn't look like he had a lot of help.
Shouldn't have got caught.
And you shouldn't have gotten caught by me. And I'm gonna puncture a hole in his neck, not too deep, but with the claws I'm gonna puncture a hole in his neck and just leave him there to bleed out.
What?
If you're a doctor, if you're such a good doctor, get yourself out before you die.
And he's going to sit there gargling and leaking.
And I'll walk him. I'll rejoin the group.
What? Yeah, you do such things.
Damn, I thought I was a monster.
You don't know me.
Alright, so we all make our way to the fourth floor.
The fourth floor.
Alright. Make your way up there. Passing the first floor, which is general studies, you go past the second one, which is higher level sciences, the third, which is master students in medicals, all that jazz. And you find your way to the painting that he was talking about. The painting is of a like an older individual inside of a large library, a library that is almost incomprehensibly large. And he is grabbing a book from the library and pulling it out, and you can see in the painting that the book is Dante's Paradiso. And what do you do?
Before we go on, can I take 2 of my healing potions because I'm very hurt?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Disguise Self on myself.
Roll them if you got them. What are you disguising yourself as?
Anyone but myself and not in a bloody dress. I think I'm gonna try to go for maybe like someone who looked like they could be maybe like Adrian's younger sister.
Okay.
So I kind of forgot what Adrian's description is, but just like a younger version of her wearing similar clothes.
So, you do that, you heal up. Is there anything anyone else wants to do before opening the painting? And the painting pulls off the wall. It's about double the height of Adrian, so we'll say 8 feet tall. No, 9 feet tall. I'm sorry, that was so mean to you. That was actually, that was fucked up of me. I'm sorry.
Well, which version? Taller than which version of me?
Short, the current version.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The painting peels off. It makes almost no sound. We're saying that you do this when there's no one around, so as not to cause suspicion. But it pulls off like any other door. You step up and over where the painting is on the wall. Adrienne would almost have to pull herself up over it. It's about thigh height for most of you. And you get through and you find yourself into this hallway. This hallway is lit, again with electricity, but not the nicer, brighter lights outside. Now we are much more to this is not a well person who is in this area. There are some of the lights that are fully broken, and these aren't like light bulbs. These are like, I never described it, but these are little tunnels with the electricity going through it. Or what seems to be it. And you can see that like one of the tunnels has busted and there's just like sparks flying out every now and again. They are blinking a little bit. And the lighting here is not like whitish, it's more yellowy. But the floor has also changed. The floor is no longer a nice marble. This is now a wooden floor. Not nice wood either. It's like kind of trashy in a way. and the wall has wallpaper on it instead of like a nice stone wall with like carvings into it. What do you all do?
And ooh, I kind of want to stealth forward and kind of scout a little.
You do so.
Maybe roll stealth.
Yes, you can roll stealth. So as you move forward, you see that there's not a whole lot in this hallway. No art, no accoutrement of any kind. But you see that about 40 feet ahead, there is a hallway to your right.
It's 25 on stealth.
25? Alright, all good. Your party members barely know you're there.
So I'm gonna move forward and just kind of peek into this hallway. Just peek my head in very carefully.
You look through. Make a perception.
Yeah. Okay. What's my plus to this? 3, I think. Perception. No, it's +1, so it's 15.
15. Alright. A lot of this is not fully available to your view because you are looking at from this type of angle, but you do see that there is a hole in the ground at that spot there, and you're not sure what's in it so far. And there's also a stone, the back of a stone, sort of fireplace in that area. So in this spot, there's a fireplace. In this spot, there is a pit, and you also see past the pit, there is a wagon with an arm sticking out of it.
Oh. Okay. I'll just gesture for everyone else to come forward slowly.
You all get this gesture. You don't suspect that there are any traps in this hallway.
Cool. In the hallway we just walked, or in the one I'm looking through right now?
Both, I would say.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna try and get a little closer and like peek down the hole.
Okay.
Right here.
You don't need to roll perception for this. As you look into the hole, you see that there are several human skulls, rib cages, and specifically skulls and rib cages. There's also a full corpse in there. This corpse is fully sewn together and fully buck naked. It is about 8 feet tall, very broad, very muscular, very pale, not a hair on its body. And it looks strange, but then you look and there are no eye sockets. Or there are eye sockets, but there's nothing inside of them.
Does it seem to be moving?
It seems to just be a mannequin.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I won't do this yet, but I'll do it later. I guess I'll keep walking forward stealthily and just making sure that there's no traps.
Yeah,
or
roll me a stealth check.
Gotcha.
Also, the party, you see him doing this. As he rolls the stealth check, is there anything that the rest of y'all would like to be doing?
Is there in that room?
Is there what?
Anybody, like any people in the room?
Yeah. You listen for people. You don't see them, like, from the hallway, but as you listen for people, you can hear the clinking of glasses together, and every now and then the scribbling of a pen onto paper, as well as, like, a tune being hummed. What was your stealth, Aaron?
30.
Mr. Knight. You are a ghost. As you go in there, you see the other pit, to the opposite of the one. There's a lot of pits in this university, but to the pit, on the pit to the opposite, sort of the same deal, except instead of skulls, now we have body parts fully drained of blood, and not the bones, but the body parts. There are pelvises, arms, legs, heads of many varieties, torsos, pecs, jaws, cranials.
Alright.
And in that one, there is a body that is partially sewn together. Again, very broad, 8 feet tall, no life in the body at all, but this one is missing both a head and like a bottom 2/3, but it's not a good clean cut. There's like an angled cut of a thigh on there, but nothing else.
Mhm.
And the books in the bookshelf that you were approaching, but they all seem to be scientific in nature.
Okay.
So as you get in there, because you've made a lot of progress, rest of the party, what are we doing? Are we following?
I want to try to get at Adrian's attention to like have her come up to me. Do you think that you could help me find a phylactery? Do you have any way to detect magic? Or I guess Adam's right there too, so I can ask them.
What is a phylactery? I don't know this word.
It's a type of magical. I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's like if.
But like
Sick,
a
bro.
phylactery, like detecting like people, or is that like magic items?
A phylactery would be a magical item.
Okay.
Whether you have the ability to detect magic or magical items or locate objects.
Unfortunately, I do not. Not at all.
Not really. My magic is mostly all comes from one place, so if I saw it, I'd probably know it, but when it comes to actually just sensing it, I'm not sure.
Adrian, do you think you could go invisible and try to scout out some of the room?
You are very smart. Yes, I will do that.
Now, why is it you're searching for a phylactery?
Because I think maybe would have been in the Perry, like the guy Perry's house. The bailiff. I think he is able to come back because he's based in a phylactery. And if we can find that and destroy it, then we don't have to worry about the bailiff.
Possibly. But it's also possible that he could just be a golem being recreated. Most of the golem folk that we've seen here just seem to be regular old golems, but
He is not a golem. And like, you can see my face like get like really adamant about it. Because I would, Jackson DM, would I know that he's not a golem for sure?
There, I need you to make an Arcana check for me, because there's
Did I
been
roll?
one. I've given one clue this entire campaign.
Did I roll a history check?
History or Arcana. I'll let you choose.
Did I potentially do it with advantage?
Somebody helping you?
For other reasons?
Uh,
I don't know. You didn't. So I remember your backstory. You did not get any clues to this towards your backstory.
Okay.
But yeah.
I rolled an 8.
8. I mean, he's a sewn together guy. You're not quite sure, especially with the stuff that you can recall now. Maybe if you were put in front of documents or books, there is a library in here. So if you want to retry this check later on after clearing the encounter, the library would be able to give you an advantage. I will say
I'm just
that.
trying to find, because I have it written down somewhere, I think, that we figured out that he was some kind of like lich-like thing, but that might be just in my brain, and I may have made that up.
As you look for that, the rest of us, what you doing? Are we approaching and entering the room? There is no door, I should say, so we don't have to worry about the door problem.
I want to go ghost.
I am just gonna wait outside of the main room, but I'm just gonna cross to the other side of the doorway and just watch as well as I can.
You fall down a trapdoor and die. That's a joke. Oh my god, you should see the look on your face. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you do that.
I did find it. It was on the board in Professor Shelley's house.
Mhm.
Like, it explains that the lich, or the bailiff was basically like a lich, or that at least it was his theory,
Mhm.
and that there was a phylactery in Dr. Jupiter's office.
So Mel, what does it look like? What am I looking for?
Don't know. Also, I don't know where you're standing. So I'm just going to talk in the direction I am hearing your voice.
That's okay. I'll just shuffle to wherever your head's at.
I mean, I've never worked with them before. I don't know if there's a certain size. I don't know.
I'll use my intuition. I'll feel the vibes. And I guess I head into the room.
Make an investigation check to search around, and also, I shall describe the inside of this room. As you get inside the room, once you go past where Aaron is, you see that this front area past the two pits, both the body part and the bone pit, it is a small library section with two bookshelves, a hearth, a rug on the ground, and a reading chair. Then on the farther end of that room, there are cells with barred doors. Barred, not like the straight bars, but metal walls, and then the doors with like little barred windows in it. And you can hear some restlessness behind those doors. And on either side of the library, there are two workstations. One of the workstations has nobody on it and is simply filled with like scrolls thrown about or medals and things of that nature. And then the other one has a human being working at it. I can describe him if you'd like.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. He is just an average height man, about 5'8". His hair is black with like white streaks through it, done up in a ponytail behind him, and a laboratory coat on. But the coat is unbuttoned and also very dirty, but not with blood, but more like soot and other like metal shavings on it. He works with gloves and cracked spectacles over this little table as he is like tinkering with some like tinctures and also metals, putting them into tinctures and like writing down whatever he's discovering.
Do I see Aaron?
I mean, yeah, you saw Aaron go in, and unless Aaron's trying to hide from you, you would be able to see him.
And Aaron's going like up towards the dude, right? Or is he just like in there?
Aaron has not seen the dude yet.
Oh.
And still in the library section. So put your pawn where you think you are. Or where you want to be.
Right here.
Right there? Okay.
Yeah. But I still would have been able to see him. Or is that just...
Well, you're like invisible, so you can walk around. Give me an investigation roll.
Oh, I got a 17 for that.
17? Okay. I will say that like in your looking around, just put yourself wherever you want to go, but we'll say you did a lap around the room. You did not find anything that was described to be a phylactery.
No vibes here.
But there are still crates that you haven't opened yet because that would cause noise.
Oh. Not me going straight for the crate. I was like, yeah. I want to kind of walk down to the station where nobody's at, and is this a crate that I can attempt to open?
It is. Make a stealth check.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Right. The crate is filled with precious gems and herbs, all like sectioned into their own little sub boxes in there. like you pull out a thing and it's like crushed ruby, and it's like a little ruby dust, which you probably shouldn't inhale. Then there's another one and it's like nightshade, another one wolfsbane, all these kinds of herbs and such that are used for alchemical reasons.
Are there any herbs that like I would recognize? Like, oh, this could be used for
Oregano.
maybe alchemy, but yeah, like literally, I'm like,
it's like there's some
oh no, like
rosemary.
actual oregano, not like the.
Oh,
oregano.
oh, you mean that? Are you looking for that za?
No, I'm not looking like the stuff you put on pizza.
Oh, you're looking for actual oregano.
Yeah, I was like, do I recognize any of these spices?
Call the D100.
Oh no, wait,
You can't just get oregano for free in this economy. People are eating human steak out here.
Oh, maybe I want my human steak to taste nice.
People are eating ass jerky with grass. You think you can find some oregano?
Hey.
Emphasis on the ass.
Some people gotta eat ass, and that's just how it is. Oh
Yeah.
fuck. 43.
Oh, there's no oregano. But like the boxes are labeled, so you can read them. They're not in English though. They are in Latin, which you read.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm Italian.
It's a-
Can I just start stuffing them in my little, like, hip pouch?
Yeah.
Like, and you.
Yeah.
Stuff them in the
Not
titties.
necessarily the gems, but all the spices.
So can you
Even if-
just write alchemical supplies in your whatchamacallit? And because this is like a whole thing.
Yeah. Just like, I can find something to do with these,
Yeah.
probably.
You can write alchemical supplies, those come in.
I'm gonna write alchemical supplies, parentheses, spices. Not necessarily edible, though.
None of them are.
Okay, not edible spices.
I love
Actually, I want to grab the gem powder if I can, like, stick it in, like, a little vial.
I
or
figured you
something.
like when I said like just put it in as alchemical supplies, I meant all of it.
Oh, okay.
You know. I mean, it's big, but I don't really mind. I don't. That's not the kind of anxiety I want to give you. I don't want to give you like, oh man, I've only got this many inventory slots. And back to you though. You see, like you get in, you stealth, and then you see, well, you don't see. You hear like a pitter patter, and then you see like a crate lift up, and stuff start floating out of it and disappearing. You can assume that is Adrienne.
Yeah, I just nod. Like, okay, that checks out. I'm gonna make my way quietly throughout the rest of this room. Can I take a quick peek at this bookshelf? Just see what kind of materials are on it.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to roll a perception check or anything for this. The bookshelf contains, the bookshelf is going to contain both magical and scientific writings. So there is stuff about spells and lore and mythology and religion, but also medicine, alchemy, chemistry, anatomy, that like those sort of things. And these texts range from like written this year to written hundreds of years ago.
Can I see what's over here now, or is it too far away? Like over here, the cages.
Underwear? Oh, the cages. Yeah. So, give me a perception check.
Ooh, would I have +1? So dirty 20.
30-20, yeah. You see through them, and you can like hear the restlessness behind them. But at a certain point, you see like the bars there. You see like a figure cross through it, and from the bit that you saw, it seems to be another metal infused with humanoid kind of thing. It was definitely an upright shape, and you did see a sheen, and that's the main thing that you spot.
Do I get the sense that if they see me, they're gonna make a lot of noise?
What's your passive animal handling? 10 plus your
plus
animal handling
1?
score +1? You don't know.
So 11, yeah. Okay, cool. Can I peek over and because I'm assuming I hear the person over here
He's like
working.
he's humming up a tune. He's working.
Can I just have a peek over and see what I see?
Absolutely. You see the same description that I gave Adrienne.
I'm gonna look back at the other two who are waiting by the door, just kind of like, are we good? What are we doing?
Is that you want us to join you inside?
If you guys want to stay there, that's cool. I mean, I don't know what you guys want to do. Because I have an idea. But if I do that, it's going to pop off.
I guess I'll join in. I'll try to be sneaky, stealthy.
Yeah, I will.
I rolled a 10.
No!
I rolled a 1.
Never fucking mind. Okay, you rolled a 1 on your stealth check.
One?
And I got a
And a
10.
Both of you are not too quiet. Your heels are clicking on the ground, like on the wood, and we're gonna say that you step on like a really creaky piece of wood. And so it's like a clip, clop, clip, and the humming stops.
Okay.
He doesn't move to the ones that are like looking at them. The humming stops, but he doesn't move. There's a slight lull in his working, and then he just slowly gets back to doing what he was doing.
I'm going to very quickly
Rebooting.
use Alter Self again. Because it hasn't been an hour yet, I'm assuming. And I'm going to change myself back into the doctor that I just killed. And I'm going to make myself all like beat up and bloody. And kind of like, yeah. So I'm going to do that. And then once it takes over, I'm going to like get close, like rush in as if I was the one making the noise. I'm going to rush in and yell, Doctor, intruders, you need to leave. And then I collapse on the ground. It was like still up, but kind of like out of breath.
Singleton, are you okay?
There's intruders in the school. I don't know what they want. It's
Roll a persuasion check.
alright. Hiya. Natural 20. So that's gonna be persuasion?
Yep.
Or okay. 25.
Intruders of what kind? Are they ours? Are they human?
No. They look human, but they're it looks magical. It's throwing magic, fire, just interrogating anyone. They're looking for you. You need to run.
Call. He begins walking. He's going to make a swift turn, and he's like, "Thank you for telling me this. Thank you for telling me this, Professor. Give me 5 seconds, and I'll have them dealt with." And
The second he gets close,
Mhm.
the second he's right next to me, I'm gonna grab him. Help me! And I take my dagger and I stab him.
okay, roll me a roll to hit first of all. We're gonna say advantage.
Okay, that's gonna be with the dagger. 24.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Misses. I'm lying. You thought. Okay. What damage?
That would be funny. Well, it's piercing because I'm hitting him with the dagger.
But yeah, but how much of it?
Well, I have to roll. Because this would be a sneak attack, right?
Of course it would be. You gotta roll like a million die for that.
So
The rest of the gang, what are y'all doing while this damage gets dealt? You just see him kind of get grabbed.
Can I see them from where I'm at, or am I behind like the bookshelf?
You can hear for sure. You can move if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to hear the commotion. I kind of want to run over here, see what's up.
And I'm just gonna quickly slink behind the fireplace there.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was like expecting him to come around, so I was just like gonna do the where you slowly move as they're coming around, so you stay hidden.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. 5, 10.
Good lord, man. Billy Mays over here.
28
28
points of damage.
Okay. That immediately, like a right between his ribs kind of says, like, ah! And he makes, like, a wince sound. His face goes normal. He rips a chunk of hair out. And he's going to pat it where it was. Like, he's now bald and somewhat bleeding from the spot that he just ripped out. And he's going to slap that hair on there and kind of, like, really push it in along with your dagger. So, make an athletics check to get that back.
That's not gonna go well. Hiya. That is gonna be a 14.
14. Let me roll for him. Alright, that's a 24.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so he, like, turns away, and the dagger's still in his ribs. He, like, massages the hair into it, and it turns into a paste. And that sort of, like, stops the bleeding. It doesn't quite heal, but it stops the bleeding. And it emits a smell of almost, we're gonna say, like, rotten lemons. And he looks down at you. Professor. Wait. Signed a fucking oath! And he's going to point his other arm at you and roll for initiative. So, we're just gonna start. Top of the round is going to be the experiments. They heard a stabbing and some screaming, so, like, a few of them, like, sort of move closer to the bars. And the ones of you who might be looking at this, they're, like, grabbing onto the bars and they're moving their heads at it. And it's almost ape-like tendencies. Not as in, like, not fully animal, but very simian in nature. Like, the way that they, like, move around and, like, view. And it's not completely feral, as like a zombie would be. And they can't really do much. They're locked up. That's going to be their turn. But the doctor, he looks at you with that other arm. And then that's just going to be their turn. And then the doctor, like, says that, points his arm at you. And you hear a loud bang as you are covered in buckshot and blood. The blood's not yours. And he is going to fire a subdermal weapon put into his body. Directly point blank into your face.
It's kind of disgusting.
It's very disgusting, but that shit is raw. Let's see, that's going to be a radical 16.
Ooh, that hits.
That just hits, okay. It is a 2d10 shotgun blunderbuss type of dealie. And it's going to be 9 plus 8, that's 17, plus the dexterity modifier. That's going to be flat 20 of damage.
I'm
And-
going to uncanny dodge, so half that.
Okay. So, like, you're able to move sort of out of the way, but still face full of buckshot, bad times at the El Royale, Lewis Pullman kind of face. And, like, it hits you and it knocks you back as well. I need you to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Yeah, this is not gonna go well. That's a natural 20. What the fuck is on today?
Yep.
So that's a 19.
So he blasts.
-1.
Yeah, so he blasts that at you. And, like, you get knocked back, but you brace yourself against the bookshelf. And as you look back, his whole hand is now, like, limply fallen, being hung on by, like, a few tendrils of blood and muscle. And there is just a metal tube, like, where his hand was. And that was the doctor's action. He's going to, like, roll up his sleeve and, like, peel a brick of, like, not like a brick of skin off, like a skin kind of compartment put into his arm. He's going to, like, pop that up and eject the shell from it. And the shell goes clattering onto the ground, a metal shell from the forearm. And he is going to make his way over to the organ in the center of the cell area. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, about, yeah, okay, 15 feet. He sort of jumps aside a little bit. And you already used an opportunity attack to get the knife in him.
I already used
And he does that with the thing in his body. So he braces himself with the metal bits of his arm, and he holds his side, and he sits down at the organ. And on his next action, he will play it. But as it stands right now, he has no action. But yeah.
Do people get an attack of opportunity if someone comes within their range, or is it just leaving?
You've got to have a feat for that.
Yeah, there's a feat for that.
Okay.
So that is going to end his turn, and you just took 10 points of damage, and your face is freshly decorated.
Cool. As I kind of just move around, you really were just gonna leave your companion lying there in the ground? I swear, there's no one good in this island. And I'm gonna bonus action hide behind these bookshelves.
So you kind of like disappear, and after you say that, he says, "Well, companions don't typically shoot each other."
So that's gonna be
Stab each other.
yeah.
Kill each
so that's
other.
a natural 1 on my stealth check.
Yeah, so you're like dazed. It was a shotgun blast to the face. You're lucky that your head is on your body. So like, go stumble. So
No, we haven't slept yet, have we? Since we fought the fucking.
no, you had a short
So I don't
rest.
have my dice. Yeah.
So he knows where you are.
Okay, I'm going to. I don't want to do this because it's going to. He's going to succeed, but fuck it. Because I don't want him to play that organ. Because I get a bad feeling from it. I'm gonna. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Hideous Laughter.
Hideous Laughter. What kind of saving throw is that?
It's a wisdom save, which is why I wanted the advantage, but I failed.
Okay. Alright, what are the effects of Hideous Laughter?
So... if it fails, it falls prone, becomes incapacitated, and is unable to stand up.
Okay. He is going to use a legendary resistance to succeed on the saving throw. Roll to 2. Legendary resistance on that, though. That's going to be the reaction.
Okay. That was bonus action and action, and I'm gonna stay right there, so that's my turn.
Alright. Next up is going to be Adam. Adam Magus.
Wait, so did Hideous Laughter land?
It did not land.
I'm sorry, I was reading. It did not land.
Legendary resistance, but that's the legendary action for this round of combat.
Man, I really wanted to do something crazy, but I can't do that now.
Why
Sorry.
not?
I'm just because it's AoE.
Ah.
And Adrian's standing directly next to me. I'll just.
Don't worry about me, baby. I can take it.
I don't know if you can.
Not yet.
It's okay, we can wait for now. I'm just going to cast Eldritch Blast for this round.
Alright, roll me a couple of them beams, fella.
So the first beam is gonna have an 18 to hit.
Hmm?
And the second beam is going to have 17 to hit.
Alright, both of those are gonna hit. Just a couple. Roll me some damage on that. Some damage buster strokes.
First one is 7.
7, alright.
The second one is 9.
7 and 9, that's a solid 16 damage. Alright, that's a good bit of damage there. Okay.
And... oh yeah, my bad. I meant to move before I shot those.
You're good, I know.
He's just gonna be here, and they're both just gonna knock him backwards the first one is gonna knock him like directly into the wall, and the second one's just gonna slam him up against the wall again.
Alright. That happens like a boom, boom, like falls back from the piano, slams back on the wall. Two big burn marks on his chest, and you are now seeing that the metal melding with human technology has moved to large portions of his body. Not only just the gun arm that he has, but also now, as his like clothes are exposed, he's got some metal lining in his chest that acts as a subdermal armor. Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, next up in the turn, if that is your turn, is going to be a Radical Mel.
I don't have any of my second level spell slots, and I can't do anything to get them back.
It's a second level spell right now.
So is he laying on the ground right now?
Yeah, the first one knocked him back, the second one knocked him on his ass.
Okay, well, from just like when we were walking around,
yeah,
would I know how we're all roughly looking? Because I have a feeling we're all pretty low on spell slots and kind of looking lower health-wise.
I would say, yeah. Y'all had that fight. Y'all got a short rest, so you should be decent on health, aside from Aaron, who's gotten a little bit beat up.
I don't think I even took damage in that last battle.
I'm just worried about how we're all looking, like, spell-wise. Except Mommy Adrian, she can whip that staff around.
Hey, these spells are right here. Am I right, Adrian?
I'm good.
Spells right here.
We took short rest
The
before.
fireball!
I've got full slots.
Okay. So I guess as long as things don't turn to shit, I'll hold off on what I was thinking of doing for now. But so I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, I'm in here 20. I just want to try to, like, while he's distracted, I want to try to start looking for this phylactery.
Gosh.
So I guess I'll go.
Investigation.
I'm trying to think, do I have enough distance? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I get into this box right here?
Yeah, for sure. Just roll a investigation to search it. Not even that. Just like it'll be your action to search it. And are you okay with that? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So go to the box, sword into the thing, creak. Leverage pulled that up, and lid clatters onto the ground while this commotion is happening behind you. Looking inside of this one, it is mostly supplies and alchemical supplies at that. But there are also a few, I want to say relics, but not the kind you might think. You've had a hard time getting around the world, you know? Like, you haven't really fully explored, the new Roman Empire or much of Asia or any of those territories. But there seems to be knickknacks from travel in here. It seems to be like bases from in a neo-Roman style of creation, and swords and knives of Asian descent, and also talismans from the African nations. This is a well-traveled man, and this is where he keeps his things.
I do, as part of my action with searching through this, could I do maybe an Arcana check to see if I get any kind of magical pings from that? Because I don't have any spells to actually like detect magic, but could I do like an Arcana check to see if I get any vibes?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Some of it's like the talisman; they are kind of obvious, but I'd say you need a religious check to figure those out.
I got a 9 on my Arcana.
The talismans, I mean, like, they could just be, a little craft, but, magic does exist, so there's probably something to those. But the other ones, it's just, a couple of knives, more decorative than anything, and vases.
Nothing that looks like it would potentially be a phylactery, as far as I could tell, with that shit roll.
I mean, you start smashing shit, but you've used your action. Is that going to be the end of your turn? Any bardic inspiration for the gang?
I am out of my bardic inspiration slots.
Sorry about that, gang.
I know, and I don't have enough time to ritual cast silence. It takes a whole fucking 10 minutes. I forgot I could ritual cast it.
Ritual casting is great, but you gotta prepare for it.
Yeah. I've never had a character that could do ritual casting before, so I didn't realize it.
Alright, next up, Adrienne.
Alright, here we go. We raging. That's the bonus action.
Of course.
Hoo-ha. Of course, the back extends up. She gets massive, big old muscle mommy. Could I attack the actual organ
Oh,
with my scythe?
Yes.
Just like,
yes.
if it's a piano type, there should be like strings that I guess could be.
There's strings on the inside, there's pipes.
Oh, I want to get that. I want to get that pipe.
Alright. Roll to attack on the organ.
Oh, okay. That was a 17.
17 hits the organ, roll some damage. I should have just told you to roll damage. It's a fucking organ. I don't know what I was thinking.
I was thinking that it was gonna be magic and you were gonna
The
be like,
organ dodges.
"That's
It's been
nothing."
the organ dodges. It's been fucking animated this whole time. It like and then
It's a
punches
mimic.
you in the face. No,
Start swinging.
it goes into a boxing stance. Modern martial arts. You went from
That's
laughing
gonna
to
be
like
9 damage.
9 damage. All right. Also, well, you went from like laughing to mewing instantly. All
I stuffed a chip in my mouth.
right.
That's why.
9 damage on a person, that's a decent bit. That would kill a commoner. I'd kill 2 commoners in one swing, actually. I feel like that should damage an organ pretty well. You said you're going for the pipes?
Yeah.
Alright, roll me a d100 and tell me if you get above a 67.
It's at 98.
98. Shit, that's not good for you. You
Oh no.
You swing for the pipes and slash right through them. They go clattering to the ground, but before you do, the doctor reaches in, no! And, like, nothing happens. It's not his turn. But the pipes go clattering to the ground, and one of the cell doors opens.
Uh-oh.
The one on the left here, it just, no creaking, no, like, lead up to it, just crash open. And, let's see, is that gonna be the end of your turn?
And then I'm gonna kind of get on this side of the organ. Maybe get just a little bit away. Let's get at the corner. That's nice. I like that. Yeah.
It is time for the greater experiments. The first one crawls its way out of its cell, moving through the walls. The eyes have been completely glazed over. Not with metal, but with flesh of another creature. It looks like a more leathery type of skin. Alligator, rhinoceros, cow. The body is arched back, and there are pipes coming out of the back of the creature. Its spine is visible and sort of braced together. The legs on it are its most large parts, and its arms are razor thin, but the ends of them have razor sharp daggers on them. But its mouth is fully open. The jaw is like fallen down like that of a cadaver, with the drool seeping out of it. And one of them is going to rush towards you, and then another one is going to rush towards Mel. And these things move fast. They move almost not faster than you can perceive them, but as they move, you can hear little like pop, 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 pop coming out of the pipes on their back. And they, the first one's going to run towards you, Adrienne, and like go for a slam attack on you with its legs. It's going to roll an 11 plus 5. Does that hit?
Nope.
Okay.
So, are you still invisible at this point too?
No, you
Well,
attacked.
the
You're out
moment
of
that I-
invisibility.
Well, I was gonna say
Oh.
the moment that I raged, I wouldn't be able to focus on it anymore anyway.
Oh, there's also that, yeah. But it rushes at you, and it's going for like a large sort of roundhouse kick at you, but you are able to block it with your staff and superior strength. The other one runs at you, Mel, and is going to attack at you with the large dagger-like fingers that it has. And it's, oh my gosh, these rolls. 13, does that hit? Okay.
Just misses.
You're able to parry this, like with your blade, like block it or dodge it, however you like. But it slashes at you, and it does indeed miss. If he was
I'm
like
just
a
thinking
mutant,
about how scary it must have been for the doctor that 1 second there's no one there, and the next there is a raging Italian lady next to him.
that's
That
a
smells
Thursday.
of
Think
olive
about
oil
that.
and
I'm
oregano.
about to play this piano, and then it's like, what the fuck?
That's a Thursday
Play
for
the
me.
piano. Buongiorno. Oh, shit.
Nothing personnel, kiddo.
Nothing personnel. Oh, I turned French for a second. Jesus.
Nothing
Yeah.
personnel. Oh.
Yeah, tout personnel. No, bonjour, buongiorno.
Blue de Chanel.
Oui, croissant.
Yes, but that's gonna be their turns. Man, I hyped them up and they fucking missed twice. Alright, then it's going to be the doctor's turn. The piano's destroyed. He is going to use his bonus action to put a new piece of ammunition into his arm, and that is going to be the loading, and he is going to point that at you, Adrian, and he's going to fire that. That is going to be a 16 plus 5, I believe, 21. Does that hit?
Yep.
That is going to be a couple of d10s on you real quick. That's going to be 11 damage. But it lets off like a nasty crack again, and this time the hand fully falls to the ground. It is no longer attached to the arm. And a splattering of blood and lead assault your face. It deals a little bit of damage, but it more just freckles you. It leaves like a couple of nice freckles on you. But he is going to then move over to the other door and start just pulling, and it's not opening. And it's just pulling like, you beast, come out here. And that is going to be what's it called? His turn. And as he's yelling about to the beast, you beast, I'm your creator, you will defend me. It's your turn, Aaron.
Alright, well, the organ is destroyed, so I don't gotta worry about that anymore. I'm gonna walk... Where am I? I'm gonna move myself over there, like, closer, and as I walk, I'm just gonna say, you worry about the wrong beast, Doctor. Worry about the beasts out here. And, I'm going to, like, once again use my alter self, to grow, like, fangs again. Not fangs, sorry. Claws. And as I do, I'm gonna, the doctor is too far. Either way, I don't want. I'll leave him be. I'm gonna center myself right in between these two, so hopefully give you guys advantage if you need it, because it is my action to use alter self. And as I do, like I'm walking, you see the claws start to grow, and my hands just kind of like seem to be a little more feral-like. And I don't know if anyone's noticed before, but like when I cast magic or I use magic, because I use it so rarely, especially in a sense like this in my actual body, not to disguise myself, it seems like one of my eyes seems to like glimmer yellow. So it's just like a little glimmer of light as I made my way over here. And that is my action, and for bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and use Second Wind to give myself a little HP.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
All right, next up, Adam.
So now that everybody's cleared out away from the doctor, I'm going to cast Flame Strike.
Oh.
Centered. Oh, that's wrong. Centered on the doctor in a 10-foot radius.
Oh man. The soul one from Akira.
Yeah. So everyone inside of that 10-foot radius needs to make a dexterity check.
What is your... Oh, that's a 2. I want to say legendary
for
resistance, but like, I don't think he's gonna make it anyway. Because that
What
half...
does that give?
Legendary resistance would just mean he succeeds on the save, but I think that half damage might still carry him to the grave.
Okay.
But, like,
That's not just for him. That's also for the 3 others. They also need to roll dex saves.
they don't even know, man, and they're stuck. They can't go anywhere. They're in
All right.
cells.
So we're gonna assume that hits.
Yes!
All right. So
The
who am I rolling to do damage on first?
doctor, I would say.
The doctor. Okay.
And
So
tell
that's
me,
gonna be
yeah.
6, 10, 14, 16. So that's 8 fire damage
Okay.
and 3, 7, and 10 radiant damage.
Yeah, that
Wait, did you say 8 or 18 fire damage?
16
8
half
fire
to 8,
or
and then 20 half,
16
Oh,
half
okay.
and then 20 half to 10. That's 18 damage. Yeah, tell me what it looks like. How do you
No,
want to do
oh,
it?
sorry. I forgot to have it. That's 5 radiant damage.
5 radiant damage. Okay, that's 13
That's
instead of
radiant
18. Okay. Yeah, what does it look like?
Right before I cast it, I'm just like, Jupiter, you're not getting them out. And I raise my hand up to the sky, and I clench my fist, and a fireball forms around my fist as I pull down a column of flames,
So,
piercing through the ceiling.
I was about to say, this is indoors.
directly
Does that...
down.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's 40 feet up.
I think you've just given the citizens of Alzai their first look at natural light in a very long time.
A column of flame pierces through the ceiling all the way through the roof, 40 feet into the air, and just absolutely decimates everyone in the area.
Mm-hmm.
So that was...
yeah.
That was the damage for the doctor.
You don't even worry about rolling for the other ones. So
Okay.
it comes down, the roof is destroyed. They are fully engulfed in flame, and they're also inside of a metal room. The superheated air and lack of escape will take care of them. Because now they are stuck in a metal box that is 1,000 degrees. They can't get out of that. Is that going to be your turn? But the aftermath. The doctor. Clothes have fully burnt off of him. The only reason he's still alive is the metal in his skin, which is now glowing orange and like sizzling on his body. It's glowing orange. The part where the metal meets skin, you can smell burning flesh and not the rotten kind. This is like cooking meat. All the hair has almost fully burnt off of his body, and that doesn't smell like burnt hair to you. That smells like a burnt something else. Not burnt fruit this time, but not burnt metal. It's another biomaterial, but
Toast.
burnt toast. I like that. Yeah. And then you have a stroke. No. And he's like now, like on his knees, clawing with his hand melted to the metal door. He's not dead, but he's not capable of doing anything else. Because you've also, like, he's at 2 HP and has been hit with that attack. I'd say that he's like in combat, but he can't really do anything. And that's gonna end your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, who got hit in the last round?
Oh, Adrian took 5 damage, I think.
Oh. I would have had halved. That's so much. Would have had to have it.
Yes.
I did not do that, so let me adjust.
Alright, so I might as well go ahead and I'll expend one healing light die for my bonus action to heal her for 4 HP.
God.
Next up is Mel. Mel, you have a weird creature on you.
Would I be able to kind of run through this little gap between him and the wall? I don't mind taking an attack of opportunity from him to go around him.
That's totally, I think that's chill. What's your dexterity modifier?
+2.
+2?
Or for my dex save or my regular dex?
Just your dex. Roll an acrobatics to like maneuver through that.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, you get like it's like a quick like jump pivot through. You are gonna take an attack of opportunity. It's gonna swing at you, and I'm not doing great, man. It's a 9 to hit.
Definitely misses.
Yeah.
Is the doctor facing toward? You said his hands melted on it. So is he like facing towards it, or is he looking towards like where Adrienne is?
Like looking down, hands stuck to the door, breathing, just breathing.
I'm gonna drop my disguise self, and I guess, which is more for like so I can get him to look at me. I know it's technically a little outside of 30 feet, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna just like take my dagger and tilt his chin up. Where is the phylactery?
There's no such thing. There's no such thing here.
Then how does the bailiff keep coming back?
I tell you.
You will tell me.
I'm already dead.
There are things worse than death.
You made
Mr.
yourself seen
Jupiter.
at this point.
Yeah, I dropped the disguise.
But you're still behind him, but do you want him to like see you in your current form?
Yeah, I like tilt his chin up so he has to look with like the tip of my dagger.
Yeah. This burns. The metal on his body is just now cooling down, and he smells like cooked pork. Looks up at you. And the realization gleams over his face of who you are. How? How could you?
There are many things that you don't know, Dr. Jupiter.
I'd like to take them with me. The things that I do know.
That's cute. I will keep healing you and torturing you until you tell me what I want to know. You think I wasn't trained for this?
Roll intimidation. And as you do that, we're gonna go to the next turn. Because
That's
that's
a 21.
the realization sort of sets into his face. He knows who you are. He knows what your training is and what you are theoretically capable of. Adrienne, there's a strange monster in front of you. Andy,
We all hear this conversation, right?
Yeah.
This wasn't quiet.
this was
Cool.
not quiet.
Perfect.
At the least,
Thank
the
you.
things that he says, he's got like a deeper, booming voice.
Thank you.
Adrienne, what do you do?
I'm gonna swing at it.
Wang that
I'm
thing.
gonna swing that thing.
Swing that
Also, I
thing.
realize that I get 2 attacks when I take an attack action.
Then take 2
Did not-
attacks. Just roll 2.
I have not been doing that this entire time. I
It
could be
is-
more OP.
You've made it this far.
True.
Roll a couple of d20s.
I'm like, yeah, we're level
Oh,
11.
how many d20s?
2 of them.
Oh.
2 d20s on the beat.
Well, you would have advantage, right? Because I'm flanking.
Yeah, but it's also that. Yeah.
So I roll.
Yeah, roll 2 more, I
Oh.
guess.
Okay, God bless. Okay, one of them is just not gonna hit. That's fine. 16 plus 7.
Right, and what was your other attack? So the first one was a 23, no, 22. And your second.
Because I rolled a 2 and a 9, and then I rolled a 2 and a 16. So I was like, I'll say the 2 was with the 2.
Sure.
You know. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I mean, like a 9. Well, a 9 plus what? Plus 7?
Yeah,
That's
16.
That's a 16. Let me check their things. Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Oh, well then okay.
Yeah, so, how much damage do you do with the attack that does hit?
6.
6, okay. Did you add your rage damage to that?
No, I didn't. Oh wait, that'd be 6 plus 3. That'd be 9. I did not add my rage damage.
Alright.
And then your strength.
You
maybe
also
that
add
is
your strength modifier.
Yeah.
It would be 12. I think it'd be 12 damage, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you strike this one and deal a very swift 12 damage. Is there anything else on your turn, or is that going to be your turn?
Would using like an item be a full action?
What item?
Olive oil.
Bonus action. What do you do with it?
I want to cover my scythe blade in it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I want to turn to somebody and say, "Light me up, baby."
Is olive oil flammable?
Yes, it is. I looked it up while we were waiting.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Cooking oil can be used to
It's the
replace
funniest
diesel.
thing.
Okay, I
It
didn't
is
know
the
that.
funniest-
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, and it does have a lower flame or a lower, a lower flammable point than like canola or vegetable oil. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty flammable.
Yeah, because like I think it says that it burns like faster because of like the saturated fats or something. Like I guess there's like less.
I feel like I should have known this. I
don't know science
I
that
could
good.
have started so many fires in my house. Okay. That's gonna be your turn. Next up is gonna be the 2 ghouls, and they're both going to attack you, Mr. Knight, because they can get flanking on your ass. The first one rolls a 15. Does that hit?
Ooh, I think that does just hit.
Okay.
That's my AC.
And a dirty 20. Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. One of them kicks at you, the other one stabs. The kick is going to be a bludgeoning damage of 3d8 plus 4.
How much was that?
3d8 plus 4. So
Okay, you're still rolling.
it turns to you. One of them braces you as it like lands a nasty kick on your face, and it's going to deal a very swift 17 damage. And then the one behind you, yeah.
I'll uncanny dodge is 17, so it's just 8.
Yeah. And then the one behind you does a stab attack at similar damage, and it is going to be 12 damage.
Okay, perfect. I chose correctly.
So kick, stab, and you're able to like sort of brace yourself and dodge most of it on both of those. And that's going to be their turns. The other ones are smoking. And I'm not talking cigarettes. Back to Dr. Jupiter.
I switched where I was standing because I realized like which door he would have been facing. I had it visualized wrong in my head, so I moved back to where like he would have actually been able to look at me.
You're all good, yeah, I figured. He looks at you, and he's going to enter the pleading for his life part. Look, I'm a doctor, okay? I know it doesn't look like it. I know this isn't your idea of medicine, but hey, I know what the fuck you are. It might just be. Why did you suddenly grow morals? I understand the rest of these fools here on an errand thinking that they'll get past Carmilla, let alone the Rebus.
You cut out for some of it, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't hear half
Yeah.
of what you
Yeah,
said.
he says, why did you suddenly grow a conscience? These other fools here are adventurers. They're trying to make a paycheck or save lives, but they're never gonna make it past Carmilla, or let alone the Rebus. The Rebus.
I may not know all of my mother's secrets, but I do know most of them, and I know most of her weaknesses. I am not going to be a pawn anymore.
And he's like looking around. He's sealed to the door. His clothes have been burned off. He's a guard thing. And he just kind of looks down at the ground and he just says, I thought I was going to make a real difference here. And that's going to be the end of his turn. Next up is going to be Aaron.
I am going to go ahead and attack the one in front of me.
That's going to give you
Just
sneak
give
attack
me
because
one
of your
second.
advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And you get advantage because I'm within, I think, 5 feet.
It's a
of
flanking,
it.
indeed.
Nah.
I'm attacking it with my claws.
Yeah.
So this is magical damage.
Okay.
Shit. I dropped the d20 on the floor. And okay, I was just looking at that because I do get a +1 bonus, so it's a +9.
Okay.
I just need to make sure. So it would be 19 to hit. Did not roll well.
Okay, 19 hits.
19 hits. Okay.
And roll me that spicy
So this-
damage.
This is a d6 instead of a d4. All right. Oh my god. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 25, 29 points of damage.
29 is going to bring this one down. How do you take this one out?
So was this one the one that stabbed me or kicked me?
This is the one that kicked you.
Cool. Is it like kind of just like what? I take my claw and I just straight all the way through his chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for the flanking, like Adrian is able to like brace it so it can't like dodge or anything. Grabs its shoulders and sees the claw come out the back of its body. Is that your turn?
And then I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action because I only get one attack per turn. However, I think these technically count as small weapon because I would have both. So can I bonus action attack with my offhand?
Yeah, this is dual wielding. You have 2 claws.
Cool.
Why don't monks do
And this one I don't have advantage, right?
that? No, this is straight roll. Well, not straight roll.
So
you get
this
your
is gonna
bonuses.
be this is gonna be a 16 to hit.
16 hits. Barely.
Okay. And this one, because it's an offhand, I don't add anything, so that's just going to be 5 points of damage.
Yeah, it strikes it pretty well.
And yeah, it's my turn.
All right. Next up is going to be an Adam Magus, I believe. Mr. Magus, what would you like to do? You just sent out a pretty big order down Main Street, I would say. There's only one guy left.
I'm just gonna take my packed weapon rifle.
Let's go, the Leviathan. Or not the Leviathan, what was it called? The two-headed dragon.
Called the dragon. And I'm gonna take 2 attacks, and I'm gonna fire them both as double shots with just the normal ammunition.
Let's go. Alright, roll those
So-
attacks.
Yes. First one. Do these roll with my? Yeah, plus 5 to hit. So 21 to hit.
21 to hit, that hits.
First one. And 22 for the second one.
Both of those hit. And what's that damage? What's that funky damage going down Main Street?
5 plus 11. So 17, because I get a +1 to damage.
Yep.
On the first shot.
17 damage.
10, 11, 22 on the second one.
Alright. That 17, 22, that would have one-shot, I think. These guys only had 40 health. So what's it like? Do you bisect it? How do you kill it?
I'm gonna go for like one shot in the stomach.
Mhm.
Just really knock a big bowling ball sized hole right out the stomach.
Yeah.
And then the second shot right through the head.
Bowling, yeah. That is going to bring us out of combat. Initiative can be dropped. And the aftermath of the fight looks like Aaron took a couple of really good hits. Adrienne took a few minor hits. Mel and Adam are unscathed, and the doctor, in his pitiful state, is slumped down next to the door.
Before we do anything, I'm gonna go to Aaron, and I'm going to just expend the rest of my healing light, my last 3 d6s of healing. And that's gonna come out to 11 HP.
Thank you. As you get close, just kind of like take a deep breath and finally just drop the altar self. The glowing stops. My claws kind of just retract and just take a deep breath. Thank you. Now then, what are we doing?
I walk over to Jupiter. And I kind of just, grab him by whatever hair he might have left. And just pull his head back and say, "What are these things? What have you made here?"
Well, what want to hear is homemade, but, well, you can't make a whole human from scratch. Well, you can, but not in a timely fashion.
It takes about 9 months.
That's what I've been told. So
No one laughed. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I thought you were being serious. I was like, wait, he uses babies. Oh my god, they gotta grow.
No, I was talking about like being pregnant. It takes 9 months to form a child.
I took that way too seriously.
but he looks at you, Mr. Magus, and with his other hand, with his other hand that is not burnt, he's gonna peel it off of the door and leave a nice layer of skin. But this is like with his metal hand, so it's kind of like a peels off. And he looks at you and he says, "My city. I built this on the backs of strong and smart people. Smart is the key word. People knew every 12 hours, if they were found outside past the curfew, they would get brought to me. They didn't want that. Everyone was brought here because they're imbeciles, and they can't serve anyone. So I let them serve me one last time."
How many more have you created?
Well, those were experimental. See, there's the guards at the gate. There's the watchmen on the street. There's the the steel wardens. Dozens. Are you gonna go through and dismantle everyone? They might still be sentient.
If I have to.
You know,
What you've created is an abomination.
God
Life.
created is the future.
You've destroyed the sanctity of what it means to be a living, breathing being.
What sanctity is
You've
that?
taken these people's lives from them. And you thought it was noble?
These people were all fools. And so what? They were gonna die anyway. They get born, they grow old, they die. I gave them something better.
And you're exempt from that?
No, and that's the point, don't you see? I was creating it. I was beating it. The lich on the other side of the island, he thinks he beat death. He thinks that he beat the Reaper. That's temporary. Huh? The mummy? That's gone too. The vampire? Well, one wooden stake will get rid of that. I was gonna beat it for good. No more death, a world without it. You want to ruin it. For what?
You didn't create anything. The only thing you did was steal that which was not given to you. It did not belong to you. And you'll pay for it.
There's one thing I did create, and it's not the bailiff. He, at this point, attempts to stand up. And he looks at you. Look, there's 5 beings that created something. And those are the gods. They didn't have help. They could just do it on their own. So I made one. It doesn't matter if it was out of stolen parts, or garbage, or shit, or things that you can't even touch. It's real now. And it's almost ready. You think it won't make something? You think it won't make something? I will have created something that can create something stronger than itself. Does that not make me God?
If you were a god, you'd be immortal.
Would have given me a few more months. I would have got all the way there. But I don't need...
Bailiff,
What about it?
where is its soul?
So... Hell! You can ask Astrum Rumina about it. And that's all I have to say on that matter. I make the mannequins. I just pick through the trash that they give me. I find a good bicep here. I find a strong cranium there. I just put them together. That's a side project. And that side project has kept the entire island in order. In order for years.
Can I do an insight check to see if he is hiding
For sure.
the location of the core for the bailiff?
Yeah, you can do that.
16.
You see, okay. This is... Everyone lies. Every human being to ever live lies. But this is the most honest that you've ever seen a dishonest man. He has dropped all form of barrier. This is him at his most raw, even though he is indeed cooked.
It's just been you all along. You just rebuild him every time.
I built the body. I don't do magic. And he sort of wiggles his fingers out. I'm not like you. Cheaters. Magic's not of the gods. The gods didn't make magic, it was already here. That perversion of a human being. Go to Toad Slime. I'm done with it. I'm done with this island. My one good creation. And hey, that one might still come to fruition. It doesn't need that much longer. I needed months to become immortal. It's got much less than that.
Oh, doctor, doctor. Don't you know that nothing in this world is truly immortal? There is no escaping the Reaper. We all have different forms of it. But death comes for us all in the end. Even the gods one day will die. So whatever it is that you were trying to accomplish, Doctor, it means nothing. You may have bought yourself some years. All these people on this island, vampires, mummies, they might buy themselves some years, but sooner or later, death comes for us all.
That's looking clear to me now. I didn't buy myself any years, though. I spent them. And you see, he's old looking. He's wrinkled. He's got gray. He had gray hair. He's got a wrinkled face. 20 years old. Made a deal. I traded years off my lifespan for knowledge.
There are worse deals in this world, I guess. But at least you can go with the knowledge that your life work is literally about to go up in flames.
I have the dignity, looking back on my work, knowing that I was the closest anyone ever came to outrunning the Reaper. What have you done? All of you. Failures. Cheaters! Cheaters! I did it with my mind. I did it with my hands. I didn't have to call to any mystical power.
You say that, but then for somebody who obeys other people, for someone so intent on acting like a god, I find it interesting that you still have to make deals and trade and listen and get instructions. That's not very godlike to me. And as for the trading your years for knowledge, that is evident that you are still a child. Not necessarily literally anymore, but that is a deal a child makes when he's played with his toys and they've broken or they aren't as good as they want to, and I'm gonna grow up, yeah, I'm gonna be I'm a big boy. No, you're still a child, and you're acting like one, and you're gonna die like one. It's sad.
Looks you up and down, and he's gonna make an insight check on you. And he's going to roll the dirty 20. And just gonna read your body. your dress, your appearance. You know a lot about dead children, but I don't know how. But you've got it on your face.
Life leaves marks on us. You would know that if you hadn't traded most of it away. And you know what? I might know a lot about dead children. That's life, unfortunately. But I also know something about giving away your childhood in the pursuit of something greater. There is nothing greater. There is only living in this world. You think you're special. You think you can leave a lasting mark. Everything eventually goes up in flames.
Looks into a... He slumps onto the wall, and he just begins walking over to his desk, where his supplies are. Not running, not, like, skittering, just like a small jaunt. And he goes to his desk, and he pulls a small rolled piece of paper off of it. And he lights a cigarette in his mouth, a nearby candle. And he begins to smoke the cigarette. And he looks upon all of his knowledge, all the scrolls that he has on his desk, all of his notes, goes down in flames. And he's going to take his fingers and attempt to flick the cigarette to burn all of the knowledge and his notes. Does anyone try to stop him?
And I cast Prestidigitation to put out the lit cigarette as he flicks it away.
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand check for like reflexes.
15.
Let me roll one for him. 12. He flicks it in the air, like a quick little zap from you. The light goes out, falls into the pile of scrolls, and just a little smoke cloud comes up. And he knew you cast it. And he just kind of looks, shakes his head.
Before we leave here, you'll be dead. But your misdeeds will not be forgotten.
I've spent my entire life fighting the Reaper, and he pushes himself up off the desk and comes up at you. And he puts his fists up into a sort of fisticuffs position. One hand fallen off the body, just leaving a metal tube. The other one missing its skin, showing nothing but muscle and bone. Body covered in burnt metal and cooked skin. And he looks at you and he goes, "You know the hair I rubbed on myself? Morphine. I made so many adjustments to this body. You know, you could garrot someone with a strand of my hair. I could choke someone out with one hand. I know I'm gonna lose this fight, but I spent the whole of my life fighting the Reaper. If it's just a fist fight, then that's what it comes down to. I'll take all of you on. I'll take on all 4 of you at once, and I'll lose." And he stands in a fisticuffs position. What do you do?
Are we done with him? Do we have any more questions for him? He doesn't seem like he wants to answer.
I was just gonna throw my dagger at him.
I was gonna
Trying
do
to
the same
silence
thing,
him,
that's why I'm
'cause
asking.
I-
Same time!
I was just gonna go straight for the head and just.
I was gonna go
if
for
no
the
one has any
neck.
questions, I'm just gonna.
Wait, can I
Throw my
say one
dagger at
last
him.
thing to him before you stab him?
Sure.
Because I think it'd be sassy.
Mhm.
You know, you keep talking about. You've brought up multiple times how you're running away from the Reaper. You've almost beat the Reaper. Are you trying to convince us or yourself? Point. Because I don't think it's us you're trying to convince. Trying to justify all your work, trying to burn it up again like a child throwing a tantrum. You think you're so special, but arrivederci.
Wipes his face, runs. Roll for the daggers. He's got 2 HP left.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
natural 20.
I got a 16.
Did you get another nat 20?
I did.
What does it look like? Both of you tell me. Same time. He's running at you.
I just, like I said, I'm going for the throat, and it makes canonical thematic sense that since he got the nat 20, he can get it right in the forehead.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like tired of hearing him talk, and I just like fling it, and it just dicks halfway into his head, like right in the middle of the forehead.
Yep. He runs at you. The first one to hit is the throat one, which stops him dead in his tracks, and then the forehead one, and then the one in the forehead, which knocks him backwards. Legs fling up above him, toes for free, and he dies.
That was anticlimactic, actually.
You want a little more interesting?
Maybe next time. We still got 3 more of these fuckers.
Oh, that's true.
Is that a seat right here in front of the fireplace?
Yes, it is. That is a chair.
Cool. I'm gonna take a seat and just kind of kick my feet up. Alright. Before we go anywhere, we should really talk about what the fuck just happened. And a couple of things that the doctor said, shouldn't we, Mel? Is he insinuating that Carmilla is your mother?
Would he even know who that, like, know that name?
He said the name! He said the name! He said the name in the monologue. I made sure of it! I made sure for this
did.
reason!
But I'm
And
saying, like,
we
would
know-
he know who
No,
Carmilla
we know because
is,
of the
though?
notes. The notes you told us, Doctor, the professor's notes.
They were in Latin, though. The only people that read them were me and Adam.
But you told us.
She's
let
one
that
of the
information be
leaders,
known.
right?
The Vampire Queen. Yes.
Yeah. Because we were told at the beginning of, like, the people who rule each of the areas. I don't know if we knew their names, though.
The names were in the notes, and I'm assuming, especially if Adam was translating it, Adam would have told us the names of all the people in charge. 'Cause there
yeah,
was
from
one
what
part.
the notes I have is it just like each of the lords or ladies of the island are each like providing something, and
Did I? Here, I can actually check right now. I have a copy of the bulletin board, or I call it the murder board.
The murder.
The
board.
red string.
I call it the murder board. If they get a 12, yes, names were the first thing you learn.
Yeah, no, we got the names and what they were transporting from each town.
Well, here's a test. Who's the leader of Antlers? That's the only place it would have came from. So, who is the leader in Antlers? If you don't have that, then you didn't get the names.
Hold
I
on.
have to
In
pull out my
Antlers?
old
1 second.
Antlers is the 5th least talked about town, I would say.
Is it Sir Ferguson? There's a banker,
'Cause
Charles Barton.
I have
Charles Barton.
Schmitty. Schmitty.
Astrum
Schmitty
or Miss
Gamerman
Bloody
Jensen.
Mary.
Wait, what'd you say?
Miss Bloody Mary.
The names were on the board. Bloody Mary's the correct answer. And the only place her name would have come up is on the board. Were you gaslighting us on purpose?
No, I didn't have the. I mean,
That'd be awesome metagaming. Like playing the character, like playing in the metagame.
Oh, you definitely didn't know the name. Yeah. Yeah, because I have Carmilla,
Yeah.
Malachi, Dr. Jupiter, Astrum Lunic, and Miss Bloody Mary.
Right.
I have all 5 names.
Having Bloody Mary, because that's the only place that would have shown up. Yeah.
So where is everyone right now in the room? You're sitting in the chair.
Oh, I'm sitting. I'm
Adriana-
making a spectacle of this.
Medball block.
Yeah. Are Adrian and Adam roughly where they'd still be?
I mean, I would have been over here because I was speaking to him before.
That's
I
right,
went
okay.
off, but yeah, other than that,
I think I just want to dash and just try to get out of the room.
I mean, like, hey, what do y'all do?
Hold on, let me see how far I get, because that's 60 feet. I think I can make it all the way out of the room.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop her.
I mean, Aaron's faster.
I am faster.
I would get all the way to here. So I'd get back to the little, like, right between the pits.
You'd get between the two core pits.
Oh. Is this a wall? Like you can't see past that?
It's a fireplace? Man, if you could jump through it, then you could jump through it.
No. I don't want to jump through it. I just want to see through
You
it.
can see. Like, not
Cool, so I
well,
can still
but...
see her.
Not well, but yes.
All right. As she's running away, I'm going to just thematically bonus action hide. So I'm gonna get kind of close to the fireplace and then kind of position myself in a place where she has her back turned to me, so it doesn't matter. But just for mechanical reasons, I need to be hidden.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be a Fuck.
What'd you get?
A natural 20. That's a
No!
33. 33 stealth.
Is that like
32,
the sixth
sorry.
time?
No, not
I don't know what's going on
second
with this
today.
guy. It's just
No, he's
No,
got
it's
like
like-
3.
3 or 4.
What's
yeah.
the third one? Or the first one?
One got subtracted by
a-
1 to be a 19.
Yeah, for the strength check.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like the third one.
Okay.
All right, and then okay. So now that I am hidden, I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on Mel, and I need a Wisdom save at disadvantage because I'm hidden.
Bard making a wisdom save. Gang, what are y'all thinking of this?
Ooh. Let's go. I needed that disadvantage. I knew it. Thank you.
I fucking hate you for making me do it at disadvantage.
Hey, that's why I needed to hide. They're just kind of like, where do you think you're going? As the spell hits, you can't help but, you just can't help but laugh, and you fall on your back because you do go prone.
Trying to see if I have anything against this, but I don't think I do. Actually, how does using a lucky point work if I have disadvantage? Do I just get to roll again and take the new lowest number?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Wait, what was the question?
I have luck points that I
Luck-
can use for saving throws. But I'm saying if I'm rolling at disadvantage, does that just mean like with this new d20 it would override whatever Like,
You would roll again, but still at disadvantage, I think. Because the luck is a
I'm
reroll.
saying at that point I'd
right?
have a. It's a one. I get to roll 1d20. And then I choose which die to use.
So yeah, you would roll one more and still just take the smallest one then.
That's what I'm asking. Like, would it potentially bump up what my lowest is?
Well, that's yeah, but it wouldn't do because the way disadvantage works is disadvantage. It's specifically 2 die, so that disadvantage happened and it's gone. It's in the past. Now you roll one more, just one flat. One you like add your bonuses to it, but no disadvantage. It's just a flat roll now.
So this would just be a new roll,
Yeah.
completely not disadvantage.
Yes, I believe so. Because disadvantage, it's because that would mean that you can stack disadvantage or something like that. Which
I got a 14 that time.
14.
Still fails.
No.
But now we know.
Honestly, I have one more. I want to roll it again. I'll use all my luck die if I can.
I think you
if
can
that's
only
fine.
use. Well, I don't know.
It just says you
Yeah,
have 3
discretion.
luck points for long rest whenever you make an attack roll, ability check, or a saving throw. You can spend 1 to roll an additional d20 and choose which die to use.
Spend one. Spend one. Not spend 2. Alright, what happened?
It doesn't limit it.
It says spend 1. That's a number.
If it makes you feel better, you can re-roll at the end of your turn.
It's only one turn. How much damage could he
Yeah.
do?
That's true. I also am at max hit points, so.
Proceed. Stake her. I'm just kidding.
Stakes are so high.
Yeah. So now that she's on the floor, I'm just going to walk over, step over her, and kind of just put myself right here.
Heard.
And I'm just gonna
I'm
like
going to
kneel down a little
approach as
bit.
well.
The 2 A boys.
Mhm. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want answers. We're working together. So why run away? And I guess that's my turn if you want to re-roll to save.
That's gonna be a 17.
Mm-hmm. That does save.
So I guess this is like just the effect of like just kind of trying to catch my breath after that. You're not going to believe me if I tell you.
You'd be surprised the things that I'd be willing to believe. And I'm going to reach in my coat and take out the small vial, like that was a potion, but I put some blood in it earlier, and I'm gonna hand it to her.
Oh, how much damage did I take from the hideous laughter, by the way?
Does that do damage?
You don't take damage. No, it
Oh,
just
okay.
knocks you prone and makes you
Okay.
incapacitated. But I'm gonna hand that to you and just be like, for your future self-control.
And I just sit up and look between you. I guess because everyone's over here now, right? I'm just gonna kind of look up at everyone and not like how small I feel. If I do not deliver you to my mother, she will kill me. Slowly and painfully. But I do not want the rebus to rise. I did not know it was this bad. I did not know it was happening. I've lived my whole life inside that fucking castle. I didn't know what was happening. I was sent to kill you. I did kill one of you. The girl that was supposed to meet you. She was Melody. I am Amelie. And Beaufort is my last name. Why are you throwing gang signs?
4 A names! 4 A names! I've been waiting for this.
How attached are you to your mother? Emotionally.
Attached? I would not say at all. Terrified? Yes.
Well, you see my big stick, right? My big scythe. Do you know what I call her?
You don't understand. I am not even the full vampire.
No. I'm making a point about your mother.
You're talking about your big stick.
It. There are strings that are going to come together, baby. My big stick, my scythe, is called La Vendetta dell'Orfano, meaning the orphan's revenge. I'm not saying I'd ever want to do this, but let's make another orphan, motherfucker, and kill your mom.
It is not that simple.
See, I was like, I'm coming back around to it, I promise. I just had to go around the block for a sec.
That's just fucking iconic. I can't. I'm like trying to recover. Continue.
Is she like still on the ground?
I'm sitting.
No. Okay.
I'm not prone anymore, but I am sitting, like, with my knees tucked up to my chest. Now, probably for the first time, you realize how young Mel looks. Like, is very young for, like, a very young adult.
Yeah. So I'm gonna approach, and I'm just gonna extend a hand to try and help Mel stand up. And I'm gonna say, look, if you want to leave, we won't stop you. But I think at this point, all of us know how dangerous this Rebus creature might turn out to be. And if we want to stop it, it's going to take all of us. No more secrets. We figure out how to beat this thing, and whatever comes after, we'll see when we get there.
Does anyone have a dagger or a knife?
I have
I
a
do.
lot of daggers.
I have daggers.
May I borrow
I got a
one for
lot
moment?
of daggers. Sure. So you was.
I'm gonna take
Also,
it.
I'll take Adam's hand to, like, help to stand up.
I'm gonna take the dagger and holding my scythe that I've put down to be the walking stick again. I'm just gonna carve a letter A into it, adding to the adding to the 13 other letters scattered across my staff. I can't lose another child like you. If we don't help you, then this A remains on my staff. And we have not done. I have not done what I've made the rest of my life mission to do, which is protect people, especially children. Even if they still have parents, and those parents are shitty. Hopefully, I hope to one day burn off this A. For you, baby.
I can be killed. I am not a full vampire yet.
Okay.
And I am scared. I'm so scared.
Fear is like a horse, you see. You can either take the reins and ride with it, or close your eyes, hope for the best, and pray you don't run into a tree or something. I know you're afraid, but use that. You see, fear and anger actually come from the same part of the brain. Channel that fear into anger to do what you need to do. Not saying to always harp on anger. That's not healthy mentally. But you can basically, I'm trying to say you can either use this fear or let it use you.
Besides, my point still stands. If you betray us, I will be the one to kill you.
I'd like to see you try.
If you betray us, I'll help him. And I don't want to do that either.
I'm just teasing.
Listen, I've been knocked out multiple times. It's scary with you guys.
So this thing with your mother, I don't know anything about vampires. If we kill her, do you die too? Or...
At least I don't think so. I am just her child.
How do you become a full vampire if you're just a partial one? What's the term for it?
I am what is called a fledgling. I have not died and resurrected. But my mom has always been very cautious about not letting me die, so I can't fully resurrect. The bailiff has made sure of that several times. But if I am killed in a certain way, I cannot resurrect. So I will just die. But I do not have the full invulnerability of a vampire until that time. So other than needing to drink blood, I am nearly human for now.
If you ever want to do the full transformation, let me know and I'd be very happy to help.
Sorry, Adrian, you didn't see that.
Wait, who's your dad?
That has always been an unanswered question.
I knew someone who also was searching for their father.
I've
Goddamn,
never
it.
really looked for him. I mean,
No.
I know how sex works, I know how children are made, so I'm assuming that there was a sperm donor in the picture.
Can I ask for someone to roll something?
Someone
I like
roll.
roll dice.
Someone to roll?
Someone roll something.
What you want?
No, I mean, can I ask for Adam to roll an insight check real quick?
I doth not see why not.
On
Okay.
who?
17.
Okay. Because earlier he said something about no more secrets, and it's very subtle because I rolled deception. And I failed. It's very subtle, but you just see Aaron kind of just stand a little bit taller when you say that, and then continue the conversation as if nothing happened. But should we stay here and rest? It seems it might be a little bit quiet for the moment, and I think all of us could use some rest. We haven't really slept much recently.
Knocked out count. Sleeping.
Is there anything else in the office that y'all would like to do? Y'all want to look at?
I'm gonna go inspect those documents that Jupiter was trying to burn.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check because there are a lot of them, and you're going to be trying to sift through and find the ones worth looking at.
Can I help him with that?
Absolutely.
Especially because I'd know kind of what to look like or look for the bailiff to see if he has like his instructions on like how he's been resurrecting the bailiff essentially.
Absolutely. So,
I got dirty 20 on that.
dirty 20, was that with advantage?
Oh, no. Yes.
So, swag, dirty 20. Yeah, that's going to get you some good stuff. You look through it, and most of it is notes on, like, his human experimentation, turning people into other stuff, and trying to avoid magic as much as possible while doing so. So most of it is alchemy, but he had to, like, cut a few corners here and there, but he's not proud of that. But you get to the ones, and it's like, out of all the stuff that he has one paper on the bailiff, showing that he does not really value it that much. But for the bailiff paper, looking at that one, it is a scroll written mostly in Latin, except for numbers, which are sort of universal. And it is measurements, like, it needs to be this tall, it needs to have this much weight, the arms need to be this long every time, the legs can have this much standard deviation, it needs, like, an organ of this size, and it needs 2 extra of, like, an organ of this type. And it's just a how-to guide, how to make one of the bailiff bodies. And at the end, it says, ship to Ashram Rumina. He does the rest.
Do I know that name?
That is the leader of Toad Slime, the other,
Okay.
yeah, the 4th shard on the island. And you would know him to be lit. He's like a full lich, like just a straight up textbook lich.
Yes, I have him written as Astrum Rumina, the Lich King.
That is exactly what he is.
Wait, Romina? Why do I have fucking Lunica?
Oh, you must have changed, because I had it as Estrum
Estrum?
in mine.
I
Yeah.
could have just said it weird.
That was during like the session -1. With
That
me.
okay,
I think-
yeah, then I probably changed it.
Oh yeah, I have Astrum with an A, but I have
It-
Lunica, not Runica, and that's funny.
I don't know. Look, man, names are weird. We're rocking with it.
It might have just been me.
It doth not matter. But there's also a few other papers. There's a lot more of these, and they're a lot more organized, and they are papers on the rebus. Are those something that you'd like to check out?
Yes.
So, looking at these papers, and you got a 20, you gotta roll again. You and, gosh, what am I supposed to call you now? Should I just call you
Mel.
Mel? Still Mel?
I mean, that's what I still go by.
Okay, yeah. Yep, you and Mel look
The
through.
nickname just happened to line up perfectly.
Yeah. You and Mel look through the rebus papers, and at first it's theory, and the theory papers are dated back years, and by years, 5. 5 years. I guess that would have been 1807. Or something along those lines. But, those are like theory, like, it's him going, what is a god? A god is this, this, and this, but it can't exist without this, this, and this, and all of that. And we can't get that, but we can replace it with this. And it's sort of, zealotry is the main ingredient, swiftly followed by morality, or raw good and evil, and then followed by power, which is Philosopher's Stone, then followed by, subjugation, which is fear, and then finally form, which is blood. And he comes up with the formula, and it is like monumental amounts of all of it. Hundreds of 100 Philosopher's Stones, which would be hundreds of lives, gallons and gallons upon, like, metric gallons of blood, like the kind of stuff that would fill several freighters full. Not freighter, like freighter crates full of blood. Human blood, that is. The zealotry of thousands of people, the fear of a very potent few, and very strong morality. And that one's written in question marks, because how does that work, you know? And then it goes through the process of him discovering the Philosopher's Stones and designing ways to mass produce blood and zealotry and fear and morality. And eventually he comes down to his final formula. And his final formula, through whatever strange Latin lettering, comes out to be a math equation that spells out rebus, which is where he got the name. And underneath it, he writes Rebus, the monster god. And that, is there anything else you'd like to know? Because that's the main thing.
I mean, if that's all I can glean from that.
You make another investigation check to, I'd say, like, you could make, like, a really strong intelligence check to see how long it would be until it's fully formed.
Okay.
And this is a pretty high DC.
A
17.
assist.
Yes, you may assist, or you can roll on your own, whichever you prefer.
What was it? What type of roll?
Intelligence raw,
Just a raw intelligence.
yes.
Ooh. What's your intelligence? But
15.
I'll roll. I'll just kind of like look over his shoulder, and I'll make a roll
Yeah.
myself.
If this information's all being shared amongst the party, you would have an opportunity. But it looks
Same 17.
like it's tough math and, in Latin, and it's measuring fear. It's hard to figure all that out. But that is the main thing you can glean from the information. Is there anything else that you look at in the room?
I want the boxes just because I'm nosy.
Boxes? It's going to be more ingredients, and I'm just going to tell you what that amounts to now, and you guys can think about that until, next session, and you guys can figure this out. But they're ingredients to make 5 potions, and these potions there's 5 different types, and you can make 5 total. So you can make 1 of each, or 5 of one. But those potions are Greater Healing, Haste for 1 minute, Transformation, which can give you either like body weapons, like what's the word? Like the spell that Aaron was using, Alter Self, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can give yourself weapons like Alter Self. You can give yourselves wings to fly, stone skin to increase your armor class, or tentacles, which will increase your reach and also give you advantage on strength checks. The next potion is invisibility, and then the last one is poison, as in a poison that works and doesn't just do like a d4 of damage. It kills you.
Well, that's crazy. Me again. Hi. I just want to thank you all for watching this episode, and we will see you next time for Umbral Island episode 9, where the group goes to the next portion of the island. Goodbye.